Welcome everyone. Today we bring you an infomercial for a product that is in development currently, and you may be asking why I'm outside, and that is because this project is very simple, just as the outdoors is very simple. Are you tired of smartphones? Is your phone hard to operate and unreliable? Introducing Simple Phone for the technically unadvanced, built for those who rival intelligence. Now, many of you have had enough of your smartphone. It freezes constantly, restarts, becomes unresponsive. It just doesn't have good battery life, and that's something you should get out of a 2015 phone. And they're just overall very slow, and even if they have the fastest processor, the most amount of RAM possible, they're still not going to be perfect. I'm always helping people with their technology, whether it may be a computer, a smartphone, even a TV. And why do companies make their software so clunky and hard to operate for the average person? Just let the people actually learn how to use it rather than just giving them this thing where they don't know how to take advantage of all the features. They can't find what they're looking for inside of the phone because they weren't taught how to use it. So come up with some sort of training session, something simple, something down to the point. And our phone that we are announcing today is going to run Simple OS. Debating on what we decide to do, it may be a skin version of Android, it may be its own operating system entirely. I haven't looked into this all the way. But it will be a perfect version of Android, possibly Lollipop, but it will never update. We have decided that it is better to have a solid ecosystem, a solid operating system, than update and have it fail. Which is a common problem. You update your phone and then you lose stuff, or something goes wrong with the process, or the update breaks something like your Wi-Fi or your Bluetooth. And this happened to a lot of people when Apple rolled out iOS 8, and they had to wait for a fix, and some of them still haven't gotten that fix. Even some of them broke the cell network connectivity. Like, it's a cell phone. You kind of need that. And if you spend this much money, you are expecting it to work, and it will work. Ours will work. The phone will be unlocked for use with any carrier, because we believe in leaving our consumers with a choice, and that you shouldn't be locked down by anybody. You bought the device, you own it for life. The only apps you can use are from us directly. However, that is not 100% true. The only stable apps that we can guarantee are from us. If you get what that means, you'll be able to use the Google Play Store and all the wonderful apps they have, but we can't guarantee the reliability of that. But we can guarantee our own in-house store's reliability. And our apps never update as well. They're perfect. We find that stability outweighs future customizability. I mean, what you have should be good for the next 5 years. You shouldn't need new software to make it feel new. It's new. It's the phone. It's your phone. It's a smartphone. It's a huge spider. Oh gosh. I got bugs crawling over my camera. Okay, back to work. My iPhone 5 is giving me so many issues, just unbelievable. I can't believe how I spent $200 and it's on eBay, nonetheless, but it's really having a lot of issues. It won't tell me the battery level, so basically I don't know when it's gonna die. It's like spinning that roulette, and then it's chance, basically. To make matters worse, if it does die, the phone decides to keep restarting, which is again random. You don't know when it will actually work. I don't know how many times I've had to say sorry to my girlfriend because I was in the middle of a call and the phone decided to shut off on me and then keep restarting, and I never could talk to her for the rest of the night, and sometimes even the next day, because I had to wait for it to stop restarting. Now, if I expect something, like if I buy something for $200, I kind of expect it to work. I even went to Apple's store and they replaced the battery for free, which was great. It's an $80 job. However, that didn't fix the issue, and they kind of just let me loose. They didn't even look like they tested it. They kind of just put it in there. They basically were saying you need to buy a new iPhone 5 because there's a problem with this one. When I went back there 2-3 times, and the first time they told me to buy a new iPhone 5. Why am I going to buy a new iPhone 5 when my current iPhone 5 isn't working? Does that make any sense? That makes no sense. It is nonsense. So, our phone, you're never going to have to replace it in the first place. Now you're probably asking if this idea could actually become a reality, a perfect smartphone, one that doesn't have any hiccups and we can guarantee that it will not fail. And I believe it could. But at the moment, I don't have any backers. I don't have any support from anybody. This is more of just an idea, a project, something that I hopefully will work towards one day. And it will be challenging for users to leave the comfort of their own ecosystems and their own app stores and all the money that they may have invested in their current phone. That, you know, it's gonna suck. Plain and simple. But if it does run Android, then you will be able to use your apps from your other Android devices. So this is for you if you really don't like big smartphone companies, like big corporations. We are a small startup. I don't even have a demo, really. I have a concept that you'll see a little bit later, just basically running on an Android device and showing you what it could become, just something simple. Stand up and support a simpler future. Now some tech specs for you tech people. I'm thinking a Snapdragon 801, which is a 2014 chip basically, so you'd be rocking internals from last year, 2 gigs of RAM, and a Adreno 320, which is good enough for most mobile gaming, nothing too crazy. 21 megapixel camera on the back, or 16. A nice camera. That is a bullet point. And a 5 megapixel camera in the front for those nice selfies. And front facing speakers, which is a big feature that's very nice to have. You get to hear a lot better. And another new feature that we have introduced is like a front flash. It's a front LED. It will notify you from notifications, but you can also use it in the camera as a flash for nighttime, which is really cool. We have a 64 gig and 16 gigabyte onboard storage models with a SD card slot for your expandable storage, such as pictures, videos, music. 4,000 milliamp hours of battery life. Now, considering our OS is so simple, it will have literally no battery drains, so coupled with a huge battery, you will be using this phone non-stop for a couple of days without charging. And the option of on-screen or capacitive buttons, it will come with capacitive buttons, but you could turn those off and do the on-screen ones. Some people enjoy that. It's in thickness, it'll be 8 to 10 millimeters, which is the average thickness, kind of an average smartphone. Not super thin, because that's not what we're going for, and I really think that thinness just makes it easier to drop. It may be lighter, like this will be pretty light, but it's not going to be the thinnest or the lightest smartphone out there. And here's a quick look that'll be up on your screen of the kind of mock-up I'm working on, and the OS, which is still in development. So I thank you for listening, and that's really why this vision was born, to correct everything all the other companies have gotten wrong. And that's issues. Issues, issues, issues. We don't even need tech support because our phone works the first time. We make the product last, and it will not degrade in performance as you go on. It will be just as fast as day one out of the box. And yes, we dumbed it down, but you'll be better for it. And less complexity means more reliability. In reality, life will become so much simpler. So here we are with the launcher. It's a simple launcher, actually made for seniors, but it kind of demonstrates the point I want to make about simplicity. Now, your home screen just has all your apps here. Well, not all your apps, but basically the ones that you want to include. So say I want to go to the browser, and I click the browser, and it'll load whatever web page I'm going to. The core functions of it work, but you can put like your top contacts on here. There'd be the option for widgets. There would be so much more you could add to this. It's just a basic example of what it could become. Just all that basic stuff that is at the core of your phone is what I'm looking to achieve, and in a simple UI where there's no hiccups, and that's all you can ask for. So there's a good look at a preview for what the simple phone could become.